The toughest part about this business, I think, is getting started. Everybody dreams about doing something big. It's the getting and doing it that's a tough one.
It's the 0 to 1%. That's the hardest thing.
The crazy. So tell us how you got started. You were a Stanford guy, so clearly you could have done something else.
Well, for me, it didn't really feel like a choice. I remember feeling like I had to do music and just being really like depressed and sad about it because I knew I was going to be poor and that was going to suck. But I just really wanted to do it. But yeah, I started by doing the MySpace thing and emailing random people and trying to just make it happen. And then a friend sent me a cover. This kid was doing a cover in front of a webcam, 250,000 views, and he was like okay, but he wasn't
great.
He wasn't great, and he was playing guitar and he was okay, but he wasn't great, and he had 250,000 times more views than I did.
Yeah.
And I've started putting my stuff on YouTube.
Let me ask you this: when you started as a musician, did you play around when you were a kid? Was somebody in your family a musician? I mean, somehow that seems to always weave its way in there.
Yeah, my dad was a jazz piano player. Is a jazz piano player. Taught me blues when I was like 6, and I would jam with him. And my mom was a jazz singer, and so they would play together. And I heard the standards growing up. And yeah, I mean, from when I was really little, I was playing music.
So you kind of thought this is what you were supposed to do.
Yeah. Well, yes and no. Everyone in my family, not my parents, I suppose, but everybody around me was saying, don't be a musician. Like, it's crowded at the bottom. Don't do it. Do something else if you can. And so that's why I was really hesitant and kind of depressed when I made the choice to actually do music. I was choosing between going into film and going into music. And I remember I had a conversation with my mom. And I had told them, I braced them. I was like, guys, I want to talk to you today at 3 o'clock. And they were like, about what?
Shit,
and I was like, I'll tell you at 3. But that's actually a great way for the kids out there. That's a great way to talk to your parents about like an important thing. Like
set a time and date, but don't tell them anything.
Yeah, because they're not used to. They're like, why is my kid making a meeting with me? You know.
I have my son sitting over here. Matt, we got any meetings we need to be scheduling?
And then when 3 o'clock came around, I was like, guys, I have something to tell you. My mom was like, Jack, you can tell me anything you want in the whole world. Anything.
I thought you were going to come out or something.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Okay, sure.
She says anything as long as you tell me you're still going to film school. And I was like, I'm not going to film school.